to do this tutorial on how to press pigments from getting it to this in the MAC jar to getting it like this. So you can put it in your palettes and your quads. Let's get started. So you're going to get your Ziploc bag, pat it down on your surface, then you're going to grab your pigments, scoop out enough because when you put alcohol on it, it kind of gets smaller in a sense. You'll understand once you do it. Next, get your alcohol, either in a dripper or in my case, I use a syringe. Put a few drops, just enough to make it like a pasty kind of consistency, and mix it together. And I mixed it together with a paper clip. I untwisted and kind of fit to my hand a little bit. Whatever works best for you. Mix, 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 mix. Mix it all together. Don't have any like little balls of pigment because it's just not going to press right once you let it dry. So try to get all the little bumps out. Everything needs to have a little bit of alcohol on it. See, you want it kind of like that pasty consistency where it's not runny, it's a little thick. But it just has enough alcohol in it to make it kind of like a liquid density. I don't know, that's the right word. But you get my drift. See, I noticed here that I needed just a little bit more pigment to put into the little tray because it just wouldn't be enough if I press it to be too thin. I want it to last so I don't have to press it again for a while. So I just add a little bit more pigment and a little bit more alcohol and then mix it all together again. Try to keep that paste. Geez, sorry, I just noticed now I take a really long time to mix, so I'm really sorry about that. Next, here's the empty tin. You're just going to scoop up the pigment paste and try to get it all into the container. Sweet sienna pigment, it's kind of weird because I've noticed with brown pigments, they have like a blue tint to them, and they dye the fuck out of my hands, and it's really annoying. So try to be really careful, especially if you plan on going out right after you do this, because only alcohol and like really hard dish soap will get it out. Now try to pat in all the pigment and try to get it even. Now you're just gonna like shake it around a little bit, move it so it all becomes kind of equal or as balanced as you can for when you do press it, because you don't want it to be uneven. It'll just break easily. So just, shake it around a little bit and that should do it. Excuse my big booty in the way. I kind of forgot that I needed like little tissues to help with the excess pigment on the edges of the tin pan. So I just got the paper, little napkins to clean up the edges a little bit, like twist it, wet my fingers, and twist it again a couple times. It should do the job. Next, I get my hot flat iron. Be really careful when you're putting the tin on there because I have burnt my fingers a little bit and it's not fun. So just try to put it in there, centered, whatever. Leave it for a good 2-3 minutes and you'll see when the edges start to crisp up a little bit or you see like a little edge, that means that they're almost done and you don't have to leave it overnight. Okay, so it was ready to take out. Be really careful because they're freaking hot. Get the cloth and the 2/4 and you're going to place the cloth over the eyeshadow in a second. I just did that to pick it up. And then you're going to put the quarter over it and under the tin pan. Try to center the cloth in the quarters as much as you can because it's really important once you press it because you're going to press it with a lot of force. Next, grab your C-clamp. You get that like Home Depot or Lowe's for a couple bucks. They're not that bad. I put a paper on this one because of the blue dye. I don't want it like getting all over my fingers or anything later. It's just precaution. Alright, you're gonna squeeze the hell out of this thing. Tighten it as much as you can. The more you do, the better, because you don't want the eyeshadow falling out of the pan out of nowhere. So really tighten it as much as you can and make sure it's centered. I kind of messed up the first time right there, but I eventually centered it. Next, you're just going to leave it there pressed, and you're just going to unscrew it, and it's going to be perfect. So I just finished up right now the pressing of the pigment. You could do that also for like cracked eyeshadows when you're depotting or just like say it fell. It's really handy. I have like 20 million pigments and I like to press all of them and put them in my palettes. Another thing where you get the empty pans, you could either use it from like old eyeshadows, usually like Milani. Yeah, Milani fits into MAC palettes. Another one is if you go to Claire's, they have like these big like eyeshadow things. They're nasty glitter creamy ones. It's I think if you buy 2 palettes, it's like $12. So it kind of works out. It has 15 little eyeshadow pans in it. Scoop it all that nasty junk out, throw it out, wash every little pan, and then you could use that for pressing your pigments. I hope this tutorial helped a little bit. It's my first one, so I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any feedback or anything or any questions. Let me know. Alright, thanks. Bye.